Everybody wants a happy and healthy life. I get asked about this all the time. People want to know, what can they do? They expect it to be some sort of complicated, elaborate formula in order to figure out the secret to a happy and healthy life. But it really is this simple. Stay tuned. Now, I'm Dr. Taylor Burrowes. For those of you who don't know me and are tuning into my channel for the first time, I am a Ph.D. in marriage and family counseling. I was licensed in mental health counseling and marriage and family therapy for 14 years, and I transitioned out of the healthcare industry, and now I do my work online as an expert coach in dating and relationships and life. So if you want to learn more about what I do, you can check out my website, and I'll put the link below. It's ideallovelife.com. You get happy and you get healthy by taking control of yourself and your life. Now that's the short answer. Now the long answer is you are ultimately responsible for your health and your happiness, whether we're talking about your emotions, whether we're talking about your relationships, you're talking about your career, your work, your income, your general success, or if we're talking about your health and we're talking about your fitness, your body, your overall attractiveness. This is in your control. A lot of people like to overcomplicate this by thinking about all the excuses under the sun of why they can't be happy with what they have or why they can't achieve what they want to be happy. So maybe they're just born a certain way, or born to a certain lifestyle, or they're stuck in a dead-end job, they have mounds of debt, they have some type of illness or obviously disability. Now, there are going to be some things outside of your control, whether they're things internal to you, like illness and disability, that may limit your freedom to make the choices that you would like to make in order to achieve your own health and happiness. Or there may be some external forces as well, right? Like maybe you have an environment that is limiting, a family that creates a barrier to your own free will and independence. Maybe you're stuck for a while in a bad lease, or you have a whole lot of debt that's going to take a long time to get out of. You have a bad job, but you need to pay the bills. Whatever the circumstances are, don't let them become excuses for you. Remember that anything that is a barrier ultimately to your freedom in order to make the choices necessary to take control of your life and become happy and healthy, it's not going to be 100% limiting. All those things, yes, they are a barrier. They pose themselves as an obstacle to your health and your happiness, perhaps, but not fully. So whatever it is, that percentage of autonomy that you have in order to respond and overcome those barriers, that's up to you. That's still in your control. Someone was asking me earlier about their mental illness, and if they have medication, are they going to be dependent on medication because of this organic mental illness? Or maybe it's a physical illness that they require medication for, like diabetes. So yes, obviously having those types of biological deficits, it's going to limit your ability, but it doesn't mean you can't be happy and you can't be healthy to the best of your ability. So what you need to do is take charge of your life, take control of what you can, and for most people that's a heck of a lot, and make sure that you're making the right choices. So taking control means understanding that you have a choice in life. You can choose yes, or you can choose no at any point in time. You're faced with an opportunity, you get to decide, do I do this or do I not do this? Or yeah, sometimes not doing something is the better answer, right? Is the healthier, happier thing to do. So in regards to fitness, in regards to diet and overall health, you know what's good for you and you know what's not good for you. Obviously you have to do some research, you have to take some advice from professionals, but ultimately you need to depend on yourself to understand what you need and take charge. Go see a specialist, read those books, and then you need to actually live by them and be consistent. So consistency is key, and that is in your control. Do you eat that piece of cake? Do you drink that alcohol? Do you have that bag of chips? Do you go to the gym? Do you walk down the street? Or do you drive? Or do you stay at home and sit on the couch and watch TV all day? All of those decisions where you decide, do I do it or do I not do it? Yes or no, they're all up to you. So in regards to relationships, that's the big one for me, right? As an expert in dating and relationships, generally people come to me to find out how to resolve the problems and the disagreements that they have in their life with loved ones, whether it's children, parents, significant others, in any situation where you find yourself creating an unhealthy pattern, right, of conflict, of disagreement, and you feel like you're building up resentment and you're acting out and angry and frustrated and you're not in control of your emotions anymore. Yes, it can be as simple as deciding not to react. Most of the time, it's up to you. Bad things can happen, people can piss you off, but you don't have to let it get to you. You can just choose to bite your tongue, to take the information from that interaction and process it rationally, process it internally in your mind, and figure out what's important in the moment. If you want to de-escalate the situation, that means bring it down to a calm outcome. You do not have to engage in that conflict at all, no matter what. Even if the person is ranting and raving, you can walk away and you can get to a neutral environment and remove yourself from that negative experience. So there's always something that you can do. And if you find yourself highly upset quite easily, then this is something that you're gonna have to learn how to do. Now, people also ask me about their jobs and the lack of freedom or the desire that they want in order to make more money, have more freedom, but they feel locked into a certain stable, secure employment. Now, obviously, it's important for you to then make it a means to an end, right? Take control by saying, I'm choosing this job because my goal is to save up this amount of money to have that security for now while I build up my resources, and then this is my next plan. This is all, it's got a bigger purpose for me, which is mine. And so that way you are taking control of your life as well, and it should improve your happiness overall. Now, you also have to define what happiness means to you, which is really important for you to do and not just assume that it's the same for everybody. For me, happiness is an approach to life. It is an attitude, and it's a choice as well. So it's not going to be consistently happy 100% of the time. You're still going to experience negative emotions, frustration, confusion, disappointment, sadness, stress. Any of those are normal, natural emotions to experience. But someone who is happy, someone is like that, is going to be able to be resilient and going to be able to neutralize those negative emotions and overall feel like they have control of their lives, that they're able to process all of the bad things in a productive way and get closer to the goals that they seek. So the more that you're able to get the outcomes that you're looking for, the more effective you are, then the more reinforced you're gonna feel about your own agency, and that's gonna make you feel a lot happier. So if you're not in a situation where you feel you're achieving the things that you want, it's going to contribute to unhappiness, and certainly that leads to ill health as well. So they're connected. And I told this story earlier, and I think it's relevant. You be the judge. I'm in Thailand right now, and the rain has just started to come down, and it's a beautiful rain, even though I can't go to the beach today. But I'm in Phuket now, and I was in Chiang Mai earlier, a couple of weeks ago, and I sought out and did the research to find an elephant. I don't know what they call themselves, but it's basically a tribe of native people and their native elephants. And the purpose for them, the mission of their group, is to rehabilitate the elephants. So the elephants were long time ago bought and sold to different tourist attractions and abused and mistreated. And so now they've got them back and they're rehabilitating them, and their entire purpose with these elephants is to make sure every day that they're happy and they're healthy, and they're keeping it simple. So I want you to do the same every single day of your life. I want you to do better than the day before. And if your first and foremost goal is to ensure that you are your ideal self, or as close to that as you can be, and that you are doing everything in your power, given whatever circumstances you're faced with, in order to achieve those goals, by the time that day ends, it should be your ideal day, or close to that as well. What you need to do each and every day to be happy and to be healthy. Because the more happy and the more healthy you are, the more equipped you're going to be to contribute to the health and happiness of the people that you love around you. So whether that's your significant other, your family members, or people that you work with. So it is a compounding positive effect, and it's not so far out of reach like some people think, and it's not complicated. So it is that simple. It's a choice, and you have to take control. Signing off, Dr. Taylor Burrowes. Ciao.